This is my monthly collab with Leanna Dalton. We are doing an eye look today from the Aurora Struck palette from Colourpop. This is a beautiful 30 pan, icy, cold winter palette. We're going to do an icy cold winter look for you today. Hi, I'm Andi. Welcome or welcome back. I'm really happy that you're here. As I said, it is a 30 pan palette. 15 of those shades are shimmer shades. Some do contain micro glitters. Some are toppers. There are also 15 mattes, 3 of those mattes being sequined mattes. I almost decluttered this palette. Leanna suggested we use it first. Let's use it in an eye look and see what we can come up with and see if it's something that I want to keep in my collection. So we're going to do an eye look, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts. I started off with some eyeshadow primer. This is the Ace Beauté Amplifying Base. This is not the original packaging. It comes in a tube, but I've been working on it for over a year, and this is all that's left. So I'm going to use what's in this pot and be done with it. I did set it down with a light colored shadow. And I'm going to be putting on some of the Too Faced Lip Injection and let it get my lips all plumpy for lipstick later. I'm going to do something a little bit more wearable than what I would normally do with a palette with this color story. I am going to my bestie's house later, and we're watching the Ohio State-Tennessee game. When you see this, it'll all be done. Don't know who won yet. So I'm going to go into the shade Icelandic. It is a dark gray, but I'm going to just pat it on, and I'm going to be blending that out. So I don't want anything too super dark. Leanna and I recently spent some time together. She came to see me. It was a surprise, a complete surprise. And we had the best weekend. We did some shopping, of course. We went to Sephora. Went to 2 different Sephoras. We went to Marshall's. So I like that. That's a really nice transition. I'm going to blend it out a little bit more. When I first go in with my shadows, I do like to pat because I do have textured lids. If I just go in and start blending all willy-nilly, then it seems to have some skips in it and skips right over those lines, and it doesn't look nice. Yeah, that looks nice. I like it. I like it. Now we're going to take a little bit smaller, fluffier brush. This is stained. One of the bad things about having white brushes, but it's stained. I'm going to go into the shade called No Sleep. It is a light pink, and we're going to blend. I'm going to blend this out a little bit at the top. Just slightly. I don't want a bunch of pink, but I do want a little bit, and I do want to blend out that line. I think that gives just enough pink, but not bubblegum, cotton candy. Just a nice wintry pink. We're doing a wintry look. It's very cold outside, very cold. I didn't look, but it's cold out. I can tell it's cold out. What are we going to do now? Guys, I washed my brushes last night, and I don't know how to act having all of these brushes to choose from. Okay, I'm going to go into this navy blue. It's called Orca, and I just want a little touch of it, like that much, because it's very pigmented. And I'm going to put that in my outer corner and just blend it out, starting with small circles and going a little bigger. I have used this shade a couple of times recently. I do get fallout, quite a bit of fallout from it. I don't mind that. That's why I do my eyes first. I never used to do my eyes first, and I can't remember when it was that I actually started doing my eyes first, but I'm happy that I did. I went a little ham on the navy blue on that side. So blend it out a little bit more. That's good. That's what I wanted. I love that navy. Okay, now what are we doing? I'm going to do something a little darker on this side as far as shimmer goes. I want to do something a little darker on this side and a little lighter on toward the front. And then of course we're going to do an icy inner corner. I am going to be using the NYX glitter primer, glitter glue. And I've been using this a lot lately. It's been in my hoard over there forever, and I just started using it basically last year. So with my finger, I'm just going to apply that to the lid, over to the middle, because that's all I need it to be. But I really think that it makes a difference in your shimmers as far as making them pop, but also it stops glitter particles from falling all over your face. I do not like that. Even though I do my eyes first, I don't want glitter all over my face because that's really hard to get off of your face when you're trying to do the rest of your makeup. Okay, I think I'm going to go into this shade called Cosmic Ray. Let me swatch it. It looks like it's a duochrome. Oh, that's pretty. It's also not as dark as what I thought it was going to be. Oh, yeah, that's gorgeous. Okay, we're using that in the middle toward the outer corner. Okay, let's see what this looks like on the lid. Oh, that's very pretty. Yeah, I like that. That's really pretty. That is such a pretty shade. I wasn't sure how I was going to like that in this look. Oh, that's what it looks like with a brush. Let me try my finger because I'm thinking it could be a little bit more impactful. Little bit, not too much. It's not over the top crazy. I have been doing 12 days of Divina on my Instagram. I bought 10 Divina singles on Black Friday, and I decided to do, and I had 3, and I decided to do 12 days of Divina leading up to Christmas. And so now a lot of other shimmers are just kind of like, because the Divina shimmers are so in your face. But sometimes I don't want an over-the-top shimmer. Sometimes I want a subtle shimmer just to enhance the look. It doesn't always have to be in your face, impactful, seen from space type of shimmer. It doesn't. I keep telling myself that because those are the ones I like. Okay, for the front of the lid, I think I'm going to go into Solar Vibes. I think it's called Solar Vibes. I think. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And we're going to see what that looks like. That's very pretty. And it's not overly bright. Oh, that's pretty. I'm just using the same brush. I just flipped it over. Now there's a little bit of, this does not look like a glitter, but it's very chunky. And there are definitely small pieces of glitter in it. That is very pretty though. I'm going to take the back of the brush, and blend those two together. They do go together very, very well. And then we'll see what it looks like over here. Yeah, there are definitely little micro glitters in there. And I don't really love that, but it's not bad. First of all, it's not falling all over my face, which is a plus. But I kind of wanted something a little bit more impactful than that. But that is awfully pretty. Why do I feel like the center of my lid looks like a bruise? Do you see the shift in that? But it looks a little bruisey. Wonder if I should put something over top of it. I'm going to go into this shade called Dynamo. I didn't want it to be... I don't want it to be super dark, and it's kind of headed that way. But I also want it to match. That kind of just looks gray. It's a grayish purple. Let's go back into Solar Vibes and put that in the front. We'll see what it looks like once I get all this cleaned up. I don't know if I love that, you guys. I don't know if I'm loving it. I'm going to go back into that Stormy Much and kind of go back over my transition area, crease area. And then I'm going to go back into the No Sleep and blend that baby out a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm kind of surprised at... Let me use my finger. I'm going to use my finger and see what that does. It doesn't do anything different, really. I thought that this was going to be a little bit more pink. Man, there's a lot of glitter in that. Ooh, lots of glitter. I don't know if you guys can see that. I hope you can. I changed my lighting and everything's very light. It's very bright behind you because Leanna told me my videos were too dark. Okay, let me go through, before I go off and do my face makeup, let me see how this looks cleaned up a little bit, because that's distracting me. Oh yeah, that's pretty. It is pretty. I do like the gray, I do like the navy blue, and I like it blended out with the very light pink. What I don't love is the lid. I don't love it, you guys. I don't. I'm going to go into Comet Seeking with my finger. It's purple. And I'm going to put that over top of this. I think I like that better. I don't see a huge difference, but at least it doesn't look like a bruise. I do like that better. What do you guys think? Do you like it better? Did you like the other one better? Then I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my face makeup. We're going to come back and we're going to do an inner corner. We're going to figure out what inner corner we want. So don't go anywhere. Face is done. Hair is refreshed. Okay, so we're going to do an inner corner, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to go into this shade called So Lit right here. It is very icy. It does have a bluish purple tint to it, flip to it. So we're going to get some of that on the brush and spray it, obvi. And that does not have very much pigmentation to it. It's not very impactful. It's not as impactful as I thought it was going to be. It's very malleable. This shade is very malleable. Yeah, it gives a little bit of ice there. It is. It's very like a creamy. There's a couple of shades that I own that are like that. Oh yeah, in my mirror I can really see it. There's a shade in the Glam Like Cake palette that is the yellow. I think it's called Pineapple. It's very malleable like that. And the Glam Light Paletteopoly is the same. I like that. That's very pretty. Let's move the hair out of the way a little bit. Yeah, that's really pretty. And, you know, I do this all the time. I feel like I don't like the look. And then once I get the lashes done, and once I get the liner on and the whole complete face, everything, I end up loving it. And I do. I really love this look. I think it's very pretty. I didn't want something that was bam, and I kind of went bam, but it is wearable. Maybe not with an Ohio State long sleeve t-shirt. Maybe with a nice gray sweater or a nice gray or lavender or something top. But I'm really happy with it. I will be wearing this to my game tonight. We're going to eat pizza, watch football. So my final thoughts on this palette. I will be keeping it. I will be keeping it. I don't know what I was thinking other than the fact that I didn't feel like I needed that many pastels in my collection. This is the really beautiful Colourpop formula that I love. This shade right here, this Orca, really surprised me because navy blues are not easy to work with. Navy blues can sometimes be patchy, cannot be overly blendable, and this was not patchy and it was beautifully blendable. I loved this and it's beautiful. It is such a great matte formula. I do recommend this palette. Don't ever pay full price for a Colourpop palette, but I do recommend this palette. If this is your color story, then I say grab it during the next sale because it is a beautiful formula. It is one of the top Colourpop formulas in my opinion, because we all know if you've used Colourpop before, you know that all of their formulas are not created equally. And I have decluttered some Colourpop formulas in the past that I did not like, or palettes in the past that I did not like. I am so happy that I finally got some use on it, got to know it a little bit better. The shades that I was kind of struggling with, now I know how to use them. I know that the one that I put on the front of my lid and the center of my lid and my inner corner, I know now how to use those. This is the one I used in the center of my lid. I think it might work better with a brown look or a neutral look, because it did look a little bruisey with the purple and the blue. This in the middle here, that is what I used on the front part of my lid, and it is definitely not pigmented enough, but I think it's because it's supposed to be a topper. Colourpop has many shimmers that are about this shade that are opaque and that you can use on your lid without not using them as a topper. The inner corner is such an odd texture. It is very creamy and it is malleable, and that is not something that I was expecting, but dang, look at that. That is so beautiful. So now that I know a little bit better how to use them, sometimes you just have to dig in and experiment and see how the shadows work the best. And I'm so happy I did this. So thank you, Leanna, for that. Thank you for recommending this palette. And thank you for another beautiful collab. I love you. Don't forget to go check out Leanna's video. Show her some love. See what she creates, what shades she uses. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.